Over 6 million children of primary and secondary schools in Cameroon have resumed classes for the 2024-25 academic year, with those in the restive northwest region braving the odds of war. It is the case of Nkambe in the Ndonga Mantong division, where classes were overflowing to suffocation with determined boys and girls who returned to school this morning. And widespread outreach in Makia following the deadly shooting of a 40-year-old man, a police officer. The resident succumbed to stray bullet wounds when security operatives raided the famous hideout for thieves. Top stories.
Canal International.
Our social media platforms are open for consultation on Canal International. Welcome to join me. I'm Kejang Henry Yatembe. People, students and teachers have kicked off the new school year with determination as classrooms were filled with eager learners and focused educators. Maureen D made rounds to some of the schools this morning in Douala and came back with this.
At exactly 9 a.m., during a visit to government bilingual high school, Dedo in Douala, we observed a mathematics teacher delivering the first lesson of the term.
The phase of classes, I'm giving them the concept and the rules and regulation that I have to follow within the school years.
The scene was replicated across other classrooms, with students attentively listening and diligently taking notes.
We are learning the rules and regulation of the class.
We have done the summary of what we are going to do for the whole year.
For some features, like Cynthia, setting clear objectives at the start of the academic year is essential.
The class starts at 8:20, so I'm here to guide the students and to give them their progression and give them their course book.
Meanwhile, Government Bilingual High School Dedo has implemented new uniforms this year to strengthen security.
Change of uniform and the color of our uniform is unique in town. There is no school in Douala that is having the same uniform with Lycée Bilingue Daido, and that is one major security aspect.
With the principal leading by example by personally sewing and wearing her uniform.
I'm wearing the pattern, and that is what I expect all the students to wear. So seeing it on my body, they know that they have to dress this way and stitch it the way I have stitched mine.
In private secondary schools, just like Collège Pilote Koto, teachers maintain discipline and focus on effectively covering the school calendar.
Nous allons enchaîner avec une évaluation diagnostique assez authentique pour leur faire savoir et à leurs parents qu'effectivement l'école a repris ses droits.
At Collège Sake, the school year has been placed in God's hands, with prayers setting the tone for a smooth year.
To call to the attention of all our teachers that we need to see that they consider the position not only a work that can be remunerated, but a call.
In a calm and organized environment, the divisional delegate for secondary education and basic education for the Wari, alongside the senior divisional officer for Wari, urged teachers to play their part in ensuring a successful academic year.
À tous les enseignants qui se sont pointés pour le premier jour de des classes, félicitations.
Thanks very much, Maureen D. And parents had to brave the rains, heavy rains indeed, this morning, while accompanying their children to school. And despite the endurance, access restriction coupled with floods actually added to their woes. Once more, Maureen.
As the academic year kicked off, parents gathered outside campuses across the region, eager to see their children off, particularly those starting secondary school for the first time. It was not at all easy, especially with the heavy downpour. Just that I was already prepared. A lot of children were blocked today because of the rains. Despite the heavy downpour, the determination of these parents was palpable. armed with umbrellas, they waited patiently, undeterred by the rain. It's been raining since 5 a.m. I was just obliged to leave my home so the children could at least go to school today. If not, they would have been at home. However, their efforts were thwarted when schools restricted access to visitors, leaving many parents stranded outside in the storm. Some schools, in an attempt to manage crowd control, opened their gates entirely. Parents were not received, were blocked outside. I wanted to go inside to get the list so I could register my child. But again, some neighborhoods were flooded. The torrential rains did not just create inconvenience at the school gates. Floodwaters surged in some communities, making it impossible for students to leave their homes. Parents and students alike were caught in the chaotic scenario, with the rain showing no sign of easing.
And one of the challenges that children will face during this period of school resumption is how to circulate through the town with thousands of motorbikes and vehicles, especially in Douala. And so these challenges were actually abated by some goodwill persons who help these children cross the roads. Let's get the beat with Cynthia Lapti.
In the bustling city of Douala, where thousands of motorcycles and vehicles speed through the roads frequently, road crossing poses a great challenge to pedestrians, especially school children. On day one of school resumption, parents fear the safety of their kids. Amongst diverse measures, they sensitize the school children before they leave the house.
Avant de sortir chaque matin, il laisse les consignes d'aller de gauche à droite.
Parents and guardians have also engaged in accompanying the kids to school to reduce the risk. Here at the Bobongopiti village neighborhood in Douala, Kandem Jerome is driven by volunteerism, helping the kids to cross the road. With a stop sign held up, he halts vehicles and accompanies the children in moving to the other side safely. I help around 6,000 students to cross alongside the population. I stop at around 9 a.m. and I'm back here at noon and continue till 5 p.m. before going back home. The everyday task to guide the kids, Jerome explains, is daunting, especially with the heavy rains in the city this morning. I have to line them up, sensitize them, then block the road on both sides and help them to cross. The efforts of the elder man are hailed by the population in the area. They have, however, urged the government to establish a road crossing plan in the city.
And we move over to the northwest region of the country, precisely in Cambe, where, true to her long-standing history of Republican loyalty, the town of Nkambe has again respected tradition today by arguably being the town with the highest number of students and pupils who went to school. Let's take the beat with our Northwest Chief Correspondent, Annie Collins, with curls.
Whereas most schools in the Northwest region are caught in a web of ghost town this Monday, September 9, which marks the first day of the 2024-2025 academic year, the town of Nkambe has repeated history by its outstanding show-up in school. Straight away, pedagogy was set on the rails with the teaching-learning process flowing.
Right of a child or a pupil.
Not only have schools begun today, but the turnout has been massive, with thousands of learners from nursery school through primary to secondary and high school, according to the senior prefect of GBHS Nkambe.
Many of us expected it to come back. There were many things that were disturbing us, or they were scaring us that the school will not be secured, but I'm so happy that we are in school, effective, and classes are going on.
The school has resumed. Reopening is effective with teaching, and 319 students answered present, and the teaching administrative staff are there.
Barely few months as administrator of the subdivision, the divisional officer undertook a tour of 12 schools on a maiden back to school under the rain.
Very, very satisfied. And want to tell that 2024 and 2025 back to school in Cambe subdivision is effective.
The elite, like the parliamentarian from Cambe Central Honorable Ngala Ejiral and Mayor Musa Shamefo, have been championing a crusade for peace and respect of state institutions, some of whose results made Cambe an island of peace since the advent of the present socio-political crisis.
And sporadic riots actually rented the air in Makia neighborhood this morning in Douala 2 subdivision, following the gunning of a 40-year-old man by security operatives. The victim, by name Stefan Twente, received a straight bullet when operatives actually carried out a raid in what is known as one of the turbulent hideout for the men of the underworld. Sheriff Asale once more.
A somber mood has gripped the Nubel Makia neighborhood in Douala following the tragic killing of Stefan Chenchu, a 40-year-old resident affectionately known as Fiston. The victim was shot on Sunday night, prompting an outpouring of grief and anger from the community. According to eyewitnesses, 3 gunshots were heard in the area and Fiston was found with fatal injuries. The circumstances surrounding the shooting remain unclear, fueling speculation and concern among residents. He received a stray bullet, and on arriving at Lakentini Hospital, he gave up the ghost. On Monday, residents gathered at the crime scene, demanding justice for the slain community member. Local businesses remain closed as a sign of respect and solidarity.
It was very sorrowful. Even as I'm talking like this, in short, I'm just talking because I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I was not coming to say. I wasn't coming to say.
The family of Stefan Chenchu is still seeking answers, awaiting news about their son's body and clarity on the circumstances surrounding his death. The incident has sparked concerns about safety and security in the area, with residents calling for increased police presence and measures to prevent similar tragedies. The investigation is ongoing, and authorities are yet to release a statement on the matter.
And over in Yaoundé, 6 persons have been arrested for stealing goods worth 6.5 million francs CFA. The suspects were surprised and hemmed by police officers while sharing.
It all started on the 11th of August 2024 at around 9 a.m. when 3 individuals stormed the home of one lady, Veronique Ngentang Mbala Kitekwe, at the Emana neighborhood under Yaoundé 1, precisely at the place called Karifundo Isomba. With automatic pistol in hand, the house owner and other occupants were taken hostage. Valuables like chains, telephone worth 5 million and cash of 1.5 million they carried and took off on their bike. Shouts from the victims alerted the other bike riders in the neighborhood and the chase began. The anti-gang brigades, who were not far off, heard the noise and joined.
Some of their neighbors joined our police to try to arrest the criminals. And they followed them from Emana to Etudi, where the criminals were arrested.
It is why the police was protecting the presumed thieves, waiting for their colleagues to show up.
The money they took was stolen by Belinga Victor and Louis Koussa, who was not interested in arresting the criminals, but in taking their money. They went away with the money. They took something like 1.5 million and phone and things like that. At the moment we took them, they have used already 1 million and 200. 200 years.
Forwarded his own share in his mother's account, implicating her also. Investigations got them one after the other, even that mother. Worth recalling that of the 3 thieves who started the operation, only one is based in Yaoundé. The others are from Douala and Edeya respectively. Police says they are more engaged to put crimes under check thanks to the support and contribution of the public to get the criminals. Broad daytime attack and theft is gaining steam in the country, especially here in the capital these days.
Thanks very much, Beatrice Nkamo. And Prime Minister Joseph Dankuti has opened the literacy agenda of the country. And of course, the Prime Minister was speaking this morning while launching the 58th International Literacy Day, as you tell us once more.
Despite the steady progress made across the world, literacy challenges still persist, with at least 765 million young people and adults lacking basic literacy skills to read, write, and comprehend information, according to UNESCO Statistics Institute.
While it is estimated that around 40% of the world's population lacks access to education in their spoken or understood language, in Africa, 8 out of 10 children are taught in a language other than their mother tongue. This hinders the acquisition of basic literacy skills and undermines linguistic diversity, which can be detrimental to building inclusive, peaceful, and sustainable societies.
Was the theme of the 58th International Literacy Day, promoting multilingual education, literacy for mutual understanding and peace. The Yaoundé Global Conference to mark the International Literacy Day, opportunity to shed light on the literacy agenda in the country.
I'm very pleased to announce today that UNESCO has been selected as an implementing partner for the country's educational reform with a $44.5 million contribution financed by the Global Partnership for Education.
Over 60 years of trust and partnership with UNESCO.
Supporting the training of more than 15,000 teachers and 13,000 school directors, they are key to the success of our children. We will also accompany the renewal of curricular content, and we will also seek to ensure that every student receives quality meals. These meals help ensure that children from some of the most disadvantaged families attend school.
They to remind the public of the importance of literacy as a matter of dignity and human rights, and to advance the literacy agenda towards a more literate and sustainable society.
And in today's fast-paced world, the efficiency is the key, and so the law firms are no exception, as they are called upon to handle cumbersome documents, shifting from the traditional to the digital world. A training to empower lawyers and law firms take place, as we hear from Morindi.
In Cameroon, law firms still relying on archaic methods of managing files face numerous challenges, from delayed case resolutions to the risk of losing important documents. These outdated systems are no longer practical. But with digitalization, these burdens can be eased.
We are inviting all the lawyers to come closer to it. It will save them time. It will give more trust to their customer, because after a case in the court, after you have inserted your data in your files, the data are being transmitted directly to your client.
By adopting digital tools, law firms can enhance productivity, improve client satisfaction, and ultimately deliver justice more efficiently. Digitalization is not just an upgrade, it's a necessity in today's legal landscape. This workshop, holding September 5, has been described as timely.
When you forget even a note in a court, she can remember it in your phone, because there is a connection with the logiciel and your phone.
We're having 98.9% average of the security of the data.
According to experts for law firms, embracing digitalization is a step towards greater efficiency, ensuring they stay ahead in the ever-evolving legal world.
And that report there by Maureen draws the curtain for this edition of the 6:15 News with me, Kejang Henry Atimbe, thanking you for being there with us. Good day.